Hi guys, Redneck Computer Geek here. I'm a little different than other YouTubers in that I tend to talk back to the people that just kind of comment dumbly. If there is any start to a comment that you, as a commenter, please should avoid the comment of, if it was me. Because 90% of the time, no fabricating YouTuber is going to read that comment. If it was me, I would just slice the back off of an F250, slap it on the van, and then you would have had a big window in the back. Let's talk about it. So here we go. We got an interesting situation. So let's talk about one of the #1 comments while I was building the Van-Haulen build. This is an F350, but it's basically the same cab as an F250, which is what all the comments were about. Now, one big comment. Why don't I just shut up and buy an F250? Well, here's part of the answer. F250s in my area, easily running on the road, sell for about $5,000 and up, depending on quality. I can buy a van in order to build a Van-Haulen that runs and drives for $1,000. Now granted, I got to build it. It's not already pre-built. I can't use my credit card to finish anything. I got to do it myself. But that's part of the fun of Van-Haulen. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is everybody wants to know, first of all, what about the backs? If I stand right here, both of these have a frame that's exactly the same height. I mean, if you can't see that difference, I don't really know what to tell you. That's kind of blunt. But on the other note, everybody wants to know, why didn't I just take an F250 rear window and stuff it in? Well, the first problem is I live in Maine. Therefore, legally, I can't do that. I have to use whatever came on the manufacturer. So that's the cop-out answer. The why didn't I do it answer, if I wasn't living in Maine, is that if we take that window and we measure the widest point in that window and we lock that tape measure in, we're right there to the tip of the tape measure, right here, right there in that corner. So I cannot take an F250 or an F350, chop it off and scab it on. It just plain would not fit. They're both a different width on the entire cab assembly. The van is about 5.5 to 6 inches thinner than the pickup truck. It is 1.5 feet taller. And the window assembly would literally come right to the exact edge on both sides. And just plain wouldn't fit. The window on the rear of the F250 is also shorter than the two windows that are on here. So it wouldn't actually fit the whole thing. It would fit right about here. Now, is it doable? Oh, yes. Yes, it is most definitely doable. If you wanted to go through the effort of chopping one out and putting it on the back of one of these, you definitely could. But you're going to end up with a slanted rear window. You're going to end up with trying to figure out how to gain the height that you don't have right there. There's a whole bunch of things you would have had to do for fabrication that you didn't need to do if you just chop the rear off and move it forward. Now, one thing I will point out is that if I had have just plain bought an F250, I probably would have a bigger flatbed to work with. Case in point, 12-foot flatbed versus 9. They're both almost about the same width. I could easily buy aftermarket stuff that fit the F250. I wouldn't have to fabricate anything. With the Van-Haulen, I have to fabricate everything. No ifs, ands, or buts, I'm making it. The Van-Haulen project is not for the non-fabricator. It is for the guy that did not want to spend $6,000 for a beater F250 when he could build his own rig and be up and running and do whatever he wants. It is what it is. I hope this clarifies why I didn't do it this way. It's not that I couldn't. I had multiple chances that I could have bought the cab off of an F250 for 200 bucks all over the place. I can get the whole rear section, everything with window for like 200 bucks off of Marketplace all weekend long. It just did not match to the van body. They're too different. Alright guys, that's enough babbling. Just wanted to kill that one comment that keeps continuously coming in. Have a good day.